Welcome to the rhythm section of the Volume 2 method book. You can get the method book from thisclassicalguitar.com or in the link in the YouTube info section. So in this video, we're going to go over exercises number 1 to 60. And as we go through the exercises, I'll be talking about different time signatures and different rhythms. There's a number of ways that you should probably practice these exercises. Playing and counting, playing and subdividing the beat. But we're going to do just one basic method, and that's where I count the beat and we play. Because that's the most important thing, right? If you want to be able to count the basic beat and play the rhythms. And within the context of the beat, you just will know how to play the rhythms. Instead of dissecting them with subdivisions, we'll just go right into knowing how they sound and reproducing that. Of course, with your teacher, you can try a variety of different ways to practice these because that would be best, right? The more variety of ways that you practice something, probably the better you understand it. But for today, like I said, just to make sure the video doesn't go on too long, we'll be just counting the beat. So it starts off with a 4/4 time signature, also called common time. So the beat structure in 4/4 goes strong, weak, medium strong, weak, strong, weak, medium strong, weak. So the strong beats occur on 1 and 3. And we would just count it 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, just because there's strong and weak beats in a rhythm or in a time signature doesn't necessarily mean you accent it with your right hand on the guitar, but it's just an emphasis on that particular beat. And it's a way that kind of breaks the bar into an understandable structure. And it usually makes sense in the context of music, especially when you're talking about like dance music of the Baroque period or in modern times as well. But like I said, it's not necessarily an accent, but it's the beat structure of the time signature. And the rules are meant to be broken, but for here, we'll be keeping it pretty much like that. So, exercise number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exercise number 2. Common time. So common time is the same as 4/4. Just the time signature just is a C. It's just like the common time. It's just a different way of writing 4/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're moving on to 3/4 time. 3/4 time has a beat structure of strong, weak, weak, strong, weak, weak. So the strong beat is on 1. And you would count it just 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So exercise number 4, and this includes a dotted half note at the end, which counts for just 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Exercise number 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Exercise number 6. This is in 4/4 time, but it has the dotted half note in there as well. So just remember the dotted half note only counts for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exercise number 7. So this includes quarter and half note rests. And when you have a rest, remember that you should stop the sound. So the way you can do that, if you're playing with your thumb, you play a note and then you put your thumb back on the string before placing the next note. But it should occur right on the beat where the rest is. So if we're going 1, 2, so you can see I muted the sound on the second beat. So it's very important that you stop the sound where the rest occurs. If you're playing with your fingers, it's just the next available finger. If I play the first note with I, then you can rest your next available finger on the string to stop the sound. So, number 7. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 8, this includes a whole note rest, counting for the whole beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 10, this includes a dotted half note rest in 3/4 time. That takes up 3 beats, so the whole bar. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Number 11. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Number 12 is in 4/4 time, and we have a dotted half note rest in there, which takes up 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 13. This exercise includes 8th notes. So 8th notes count for half a beat, but we're still just going to count just the beat. So we're just going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, or just the quarter note beat in this particular case. So number 13, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 14, sometimes notes are beamed differently. In this case, they're beamed based on the half note beat. In the next example, it's an identical rhythm. It just looks different because it's beamed in 8th notes. So notice that number 14 and number 15 are the same rhythm, but they just look a little bit different. So number 14, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 15, exactly the same rhythm, just different beaming. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 16, this is 3/4 time now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Number 17, this is also in 3/4 time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Number 18, this is in 4/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next examples are in 2/4 time. So that's 2 quarter notes per beat. And the beat structure is strong, weak, or 1, 2, 1, 2. So exercise number 19. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Number 20 includes 8th note rests. So make sure again that you stop the sound on the actual rest and then carry on with the beat afterwards. This is where students start to get a little bit confused. I will demonstrate number 20 with a subdivision and without, although I'm going to be doing all the exercises without subdivision. So here's number 20 with a subdivided beat. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and... So when you count subdivisions like that, it's very precise. It's an interesting way to like work out the rhythm, but you could tell it sounds a little bit mechanical. All the 1 and 2 and it's so notey. So let's count it just in 2 now. So exercise number 20, just counting the time signature. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You want to be able to do both, of course. But I think the more important one for musical reasons is to just count the time signature. Number 21, it's in 3/4 time now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Exercise number 22, 4/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exercise number 23 includes ties. So you want to sustain both of those notes, both of the note values, so you don't repluck the second tied note. Notice that the first 2 bars actually sound exactly the same, even though they're written differently. It's important to understand that sometimes rhythms can be written differently for various reasons, but they can sound the same. So exercise number 23, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Exercise number 24. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You might find it hard to count sometimes because you have to count when you don't play something, like in that last bar, 1, 2. But You just have to think about things either landing on the beat or off the beat. That's all the options are at the moment. Until we get into triplets and 16th notes, it's really like all these notes are either on the beat or off the beat. So you're just reacting to the basic pulse at all times. Number 25. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Number 26. This includes dotted quarter notes. Dotted quarter notes are discussed quite a bit in the Volume 1 method book, and then a little bit in Volume 2, and then of course you have these exercises here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just make sure you're sustaining those dotted quarter notes for 1.5 beats, and you'll be fine. Number 27, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That one's a little funny because you have those eighth notes on the first beat, but again, pretty straightforward, either on the beat or off the beat. Number 28, 3/4 time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Number 29. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Exercise number 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut time. So cut time is the same as like 2/2 time. In other words, 2 half notes per bar. And we're generally counting it, the beat structure is strong, weak, strong, weak. Now, although cut time has 4 quarter notes in it, it's not necessarily the same as common time. Both common time, or 4/4 time, and cut time have 4 quarter notes in the bar, so you could say technically there's the same number of quarter notes, but here the emphasis is specifically telling you that the emphasis is on the half note beat. So if you're having real troubles with the cut time, you could count it in common time, but because this is a rhythm exercise, let's make sure that we learn the skill. It's a very important skill because cut time will come up quite often. So when we count cut time, you have to remember that the quarter note is no longer the beat. The beat is now half notes. So the other notes will sound a little bit different. All the rhythms are functioning in the same way, but it's just the counting is going to be different, and the way that you feel the music might be a little bit different as well. Let's try out exercise number 31. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So you can see if all those notes are played just like they were in common time, but we're just counting it different. Counting it in larger chunks, I suppose, which kind of simplifies the material. But it'll take a little while to get used to it and used to processing those exercises. So let me do number 31 one more time. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Exercise number 32. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I guess 32 is pretty much the same as 31. Exercise number 33. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 6/4 time. Now, when we're counting 6/4, there's two ways to count it, but the way we're going to use is mainly just counting 6 quarter notes in each bar. So the beat structure is strong, weak, weak, medium strong, weak, weak, strong, weak, weak, medium strong, weak, weak, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And sometimes when people count 6/4 time, or any kind of time signature in 6, they will often count it with just 2 main beats per bar, those stronger beats. So instead of thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they'll just think 1, 2, 1, 2. So they're just going to feel these two groups of 3. Now, for the purposes of this book, we'll just count 6. But you should also practice just feeling those groups of 2. So let's first do number 34, counting those groups of 6. Number 34, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's just try this, feeling it in groups of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you can see, like, when you feel it in 2, it's a little bit smoother maybe. But nevertheless, when you're first starting to do this, probably just count in 6 because that is the time signature. But just realize that those 2 strong beats are kind of the groupings, and feeling 2 small groups of 3 is the best way to feel the music. Number 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Three-eighth time. So in 3/8 time, there are 3 eighth notes in each bar. So the beat structure here is strong, weak, weak, strong, weak, weak, or you could count it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the feel is the same as 3/4 time, except now the 8th note counts for the beat. Sometimes in real fast tempos, you might just feel only the first beat. But for now, we'll count it in 3. So number 36, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Number 37, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Number 38, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 6/8 time. So in 6/8 time, we have 6 eighth notes per bar. And of course, we would count this in the same way we would count 6/4 time, except now the 8th note counts for the beat. This is probably the more common of the 2 time signatures. You're going to see 6/8 a lot in repertoire. 6/4 maybe a little bit less. So the beat structure is, again, just like 6/4. The beat structure is strong, weak, weak, medium, strong, weak, weak, strong, weak, weak, medium, strong, weak, weak. Or we could count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes people will just count this in 2, or a conductor would conduct it in 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So feeling 2 small groups of 3. So number 39, I will count in both ways, but primarily for this book, I'm going to be counting in 6. So number 39, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that feeling it just in 2. So number 39, feeling it in just 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So it's very simple when we count just 2, right? It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's just 1, 4. You know, it's much more, has more of a swing to it. But like I said, for this book, I think I'll give students primarily practice counting all 6 beats. And with your teacher, though, you should experiment working on both. Exercise number 40. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exercise number 41. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9/8 time. So in 9/8, the beat structure is strong, weak, weak, medium, strong, weak, weak, medium, strong, weak, weak, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So just like in 6/8 time, when we can feel it in 2, in 9/8 time we can feel it as 3 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3. That's just feeling the main beats, right? The strong beats. 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, 1. So it's very important that we don't get too bogged down in the 9/8 time. So I'm going to play exercise number 42, first counting 9/8 and then just counting 3. Because you should practice it both ways to get used to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try that exercise number 42, feeling just three main beats per bar. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it almost sounds like 3/4 time, but in triplets with 3 notes for each beat. But it's not. It's 6/8 time, which is a little bit different. It's written differently than that. Number 43. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 44. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So number 45 introduces triplets. Notice how number 45 sounds exactly the same as number 44. So they sound exactly the same way, but they're written differently and in different time signatures. So number 45 is in 3/4 time with triplets, but it sounds the same as exercise number 44, which is in 9/8 time. So number 45. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you were subdividing this, you might count it like this. Subdividing whenever necessary for the rhythm. 1, 2, triplet, 3. 1, 2, triplet, 3. 1, 2, 3, triplet, 1, 2, 3. But I don't even think that's necessary. I think that you should just be able to count the beat and then play the rhythm the way that you hear it. Triplets are just 3 evenly spaced notes. So 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. So that's that first bar of number 45. So 3 notes in the time of 2 eighth notes. Okay, number 46. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So number 47. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. I forgot to count the second beat. Let me do that one more time. Number 47. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, number 48. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. For the purposes of this book, we're not going to be breaking the triplets up. It's just a kind of a brief introduction to basic triplets. You're not going to see that much broken up triplets in early repertoire, so we're not going to dive into it right now, but we will later on at some point. Number 49, triplets next to eighth notes. This is quite difficult because triplets are 3 evenly spaced notes into 1/4 beat, and eighth notes are 2. We might be used to both of them now, but putting them next to each other can cause tempo problems. So if you're going to use your metronome for any of the exercises, I would definitely use it for this exercise. So number 49, sorry. Number 49, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll notice the eighth notes sometimes feel like they're a slowdown effect. The second bar on the second line there, 49. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Those eighth notes sound really slow compared to the triplets. So just be careful of it. So number 50 introduces 16th notes. Now 16th notes are 4 notes in the space of 1 quarter note. So when you're counting these ones, it's going to get a little bit more complicated because you have to deal with more notes within a single beat. But in this book, I don't break up the 16th notes too much. Sometimes I'll leave out the first one or do a couple of other little tricky variations, but nothing too crazy. So I've left it pretty manageable for this book, just to like give you a good, solid, firm grounding with 16th notes. And I think this is all you'll need for some time until you reach much higher levels. So let's start with number 50 in 2/4 time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you have to subdivide that one, you would subdivide it like this. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Subdividing can help in this case because it'll keep very good track of the eighth note. So you either have to just play on the eighth note or off the eighth note. But like I said, you want to be comfortable playing in the time signature given. So the first way I did it, just counting 1, 2, and then just feeling those rhythms and making sure you can just play them. I think that's very, very important. Number 51. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 52. This one has some 16th note rests. So you're going to be just taking off, in this case in particular, you're going to be taking off the first 16th note of a group of 4. So if you think of a 16th note group sounding ta 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 ta, then you're just going to be going ta ta ta. So when you feel the beat, you won't play anything, but then you just complete the group. Most important thing is to actually just feel the beat and then react to the rhythm. So number 52, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you'll notice there that 16th note rest on the third beat of the second to last bar. 1, 2, 3, 1. As long as you feel the beat there, then there's something in that space, right? It's not blank space necessarily. You're feeling the beat there. There's no sound coming from the guitar, but it's not like there's nothing going on. In your head, you can fill out the rhythm. And this is something that will always happen in music, is that the musician is going to feel the music probably in a different way than other people might hear it. At least at like this intricate of a level. So when we do 16th notes in different time signatures, such as 6/8 time, if the 8th note represents the beat, then 16th notes are either on the beat or off the beat. So in this case, the 16th notes function the same way that 8th notes function in quarter time. essentially doubling the rhythm. So number 53. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can tell, like, sometimes when we talk about rhythms, they can be overly complicated, but then we go to do them and it's pretty straightforward, right? Those 16th notes were just twice the speed of the beat. So in application, lots of this stuff is super easy to do, but if we start talking about it too much, it gets kind of complicated. That's why some people prefer to like teach rhythm first, just like by ear and imitation, and then students can do theory books where they really learn the structure of these rhythms, so their knowledge is more filled in. Number 54. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Number 55. Dotted eighth notes. Notice that this is just a smaller division of dotted quarter notes, or in other words, they feel the same. So a dotted quarter note could sound like Deck the Halls. A dotted eighth note, followed by a 16th, can sound exactly the same. They function in the same way, but of course they're either faster or slower depending on the time signature. So this said, let's just get a feel for it in number 55. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically speaking, a dotted eighth note followed by a 16th note would be equivalent to counting like this. 1 E and a. If you counted all the 16th notes in that group, then that 16th note after the dotted eighth note would just be on the last 16th note of a group of 4 16th notes. Anyway, all of this complicated talk kind of confuses it though. The easiest thing to do is just to hear the rhythm and react to it. So the first bar, let's just do that first bar one more time. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that dotted rhythm, you just want to memorize that sound. I think that's the first step. And then as you get more into the nitty-gritty of this stuff, we can start dissecting it and really knowing exactly where those notes are placed. Number 56. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 57. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's a pretty tough one. Let me do that a little slower. So number 57. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Number 58. Oh, let me say too, like a number 57, that's a pretty tough rhythm. So if you're teaching kids or something like that, maybe it'd even be worth it to skip some of them. You don't necessarily have to know all of these. However, if you're using this book and you really want to master your rhythms, you should try to do all of them. But again, you can always return to it later. You could take a break from it strengthen your previous rhythms and come back to this and accomplish it. So if you're finding it really difficult, you can always come back to it. But you should strengthen your previous rhythms to make sure you're still working on your rhythm. Don't just stop practicing rhythm. Okay, number 58. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 59. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And number 60. Number 60, I'm going to count in 4/4 first and then repeat in cut time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 60, counting in cut time, like the time signature says. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, after this, the next videos will be on right hand technique and then left hand and left hand synchronization.